I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my phone?
I saw I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You're dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time.
This evening's goal was to get acclimated to married life's rhythms and cook dinner in the comfort of her own home. Kendra had no idea that it would all come crashing down. That night, the air in Atlanta was hot, and the pulse of the city hummed steadily beneath the motionless facade. Like any relationship, Kendra and Jock's marriage had its ups and downs, but recently they both sensed that something had changed. Their intimacy had waned, and had been replaced by an unspoken distance that appeared to grow every day. Kendra had hoped that. She was unaware that the Jock's viewpoint had changed, and she was able to withstand the silent storm since their love would defeat whatever threatened to destroy them. Innocently enough, it started when Kendra went into the kitchen to make dinner and left her phone on the counter. The Jock, who had always had total faith in her, gazed down at it. It was uncommon for him to delve so deeply into her private life, but something was off. He felt as though Kendra was holding back, and he had been haunted lately by disturbing thoughts that he couldn't get rid of. Even though he knew deep down that asking for the passcode would be a betrayal of the trust they had worked so hard to build over the years, he didn't even need to do so. Kendra made the error that would ultimately result in her death. She never thought to lock her phone. Jock's blood froze as he stared at the screen, and his hands trembled slightly as he opened it. In addition to being polite, the communications were private, full of hints and hidden commitments. These were not your normal talks with friends or coworkers. Rather, they were filled with strong relationships that felt too near for comfort, passion, and personal disclosure. Jock's heart grew more and more broken as he read. As long as you're committed, keep your relationship discreet. It seemed like a betrayal of all they had put so much effort into creating, and Kendra had been keeping it from him. Kendra's former partner, with whom she had previously shared a portion of her life, was the recipient of the message. Kendra had a special place in her heart for him, and their texts continued to show that. He wasn't just anybody. It was obvious that more had happened than Kendra had said. Each word biting harder than the previous. Jock's hands trembled, and his chest constricted with a mix of anger and disbelief as he read the correspondence again. A sentimental matter, the Jock was standing there with his phone in hand, his face white with wonder and rage, and the tension in the air as Kendra came back into the living room. He had seen the text, and she could tell immediately what was going on by the icy, accusing expression in his eyes. Jock felt as though his whole universe had been flipped upside down, and his rage was instantaneous and uncontrollable. All of the commitments they had made to each other and the love he had put into their marriage felt so insignificant right then.
Nice. I like the spot.
Me too.
Energy good crowd. So what's really going on with you and Mario?
You know, it's business. You know, I don't want you to, be feeling no kind of way. Like, I'm honest, I'm faithful, and I feel like,
You don't want me to feel no kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was dealing with a woman who was sending me hard eyes in my DMs, talking about I'm fine, talking about I'm sexy.
But I never replied back to any of those. I didn't even
Nah,
see
you
that.
replied after that. You definitely saw it.
I sell title
you want
insurance.
Me, I don't give a fuck
Sell
about title insurance. You want me to be cool with you continuing to do business with
You're the one out doing all this. That's why you're feeling so weird about it, because you probably insecure.
Don't try to twist this up and point the fingers at me. I saw the receipts. And if you want to sit here and play these mind tricks with me, I'm gonna really feel like it's more to this, and I ain't with it. I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my phone?
I saw I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
I'm not gonna play with you like that. If you want to play kid games, I'll be out. Go play with your kids. Go play with your baby mamas. Don't play with me. I'm talking about this specific situation.
Because I'm gonna break you the down.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
Well, go get some money with somebody else who ain't trying to
You can never break me. Ever.
you.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago. Good.
Broke the silence before she could say anything. His voice was low and unpleasant, a wordless rage that made Kendra uneasy. Kendra had intended to conceal this part of her life to maintain her shaky relationship with Jock, but suddenly everything was visible. The talks, the flirtation, the secret connection, and it was directly glaring at them both. Kendra said in a shaky voice, "I can explain," but the harm was already done. Jock wanted the truth and was not interested in an explanation. He stated, "This is what you've been doing behind my back." He pointed to the phone in his hand as though it were an accusation in and of itself, and his voice raised in a mix of anger and hurt. Although Kendra had no intention of hurting him and had no idea that her actions would have such a terrible consequence, it was too late now. The intensity of the pain in his eyes had surprised her. "This is not what I intended to happen." Kendra made an effort, but her remarks came across as feeble and powerless in the face of the swirl of emotions. His accusation weighed heavily on Kendra's chest, smothering her as the words struck her like a slap in the face. Although she wanted to make amends by apologizing and giving an explanation, she realized in her heart that she had betrayed his trust, which was almost impossible to rebuild, and that words could not undo the damage she had caused. Jock was unleashing. He rolled his hands and remarked sorely, "We had nothing but lies, even if you didn't intend for it to happen." He was angry now, but his jaw was still clenched. "Despite my love and trust for you, Kendra, you have ruined everything we had. Your actions have destroyed me." As Kendra reached for him, he backed away, his body stiff with agony, his once loving and caring eyes now full of contempt and treachery. He mumbled, barely raising his voice above a whisper, "Maybe I was just a fool. Maybe this marriage was never real." As the door slammed behind him, he departed, leaving Kendra standing in the middle of the room, feeling the consequences of her choices. Kendra collapsed into the sofa. He knew he couldn't turn back because of the love they had shared, the foundation they had created, the betrayal and anguish he felt in his gut, the broken trust, and the now fully exposed reality. The deception and betrayal that had ruined everything could not be undone. She had lost him. The house became quiet as the night grew darker, reflecting the emptiness inside of them.
This DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go through my
I
phone?
saw I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago.